morning. Thanks for having me.
Evenstart, we know, is a preschool. And Leah, tell us it's a preschool for kids. Who gets helped by Evenstart?
So the main population that we serve, we're a preschool for children from backgrounds of risk and trauma. So there's other preschools who help children with special needs and developmental delays. Most of the children in our population also fall into that category. But we really try and find families who would otherwise maybe not have the opportunity to access preschool. There might be struggles in the family around poverty, domestic violence, just mental health, other barriers that might stop them from being able to fully access resources in the community. So we really look for those families that are struggling in that way and sort of the consequences on the children, and then we look to support those families and provide opportunities for them.
So these are little kids with trauma in their lives really, really early at a young age. Why so important to have a group like Evenstart starting to work with them at such an early and important age?
The biggest reason is probably all the science around brain development and just the impact that you can have in those first few years of life to really create pathways for resilience and for confidence and learning skills. And part of it is to support parents as well, because the more that parents feel comfortable and confident and like they can manage, the easier it's going to be for them to relate well to their children.
Can you give us an idea then of what you would do if somebody's coming in for the first time, and this is someone who's been in a home maybe where they've been neglected, to be honest. How do you begin the process of breaking through and helping this child?
We really look at the children individually. So for the first month or so they're in the program, we're just doing a lot of observation. We have different therapies on site in each of our programs. So the therapist will take a look at the child, the educators and the educational assistants will have a look, and we really just try and build a relationship with the child, because relationship is always first. Nothing that we do is going to make as much of a difference if we don't have a relationship. And then once we have a sense of where this child's needs and abilities are, then we can create a plan to really support them. And they're technically educational plans, but we really want to focus on the skills that are going to support children going forward. So things like asking for what they need, being able to play appropriately with toys, feeling comfortable to let people know how they're doing, talking with peers, things like that. Communication is big.
How old are these kids again?
The youngest is 2 3/4, and then up to age 6, we have kindergarten embedded in our program too.
So important. Such I can't even imagine as a mom that these little kids are going in and starting their lives this way. So the money raised through the Calgary Children's Foundation on Pledge Day, what do you do with that money specifically?
So that money goes to all the sort of extras, I guess, that we provide that kind of set us apart from a lot of other early intervention programs. So we have door-to-door busing for all of our children, so it goes towards that. We have our own fleet of buses. We also provide meals for the children while they're there. So although preschool is only 2.5 hours, all of those children get fed twice while they're with us. So it goes towards things like that, and a big portion of it is going towards some of our family support initiatives.
You mentioned every child is unique, and that's how you tailor your program, and it sometimes takes a month to do that. Is it building up trust then? Is
Absolutely.
that the crucial thing you need to do?
And that is the most important thing. If we don't have a relationship with that child, if they don't feel safe in the program, if they don't trust that the adults care about them, regardless of what they bring to the table every day, then it's harder to have an impact. It's harder for that child to buy in.
As you see a child graduate from the Evenstart program, what do you see? What is the difference from when these kids come into you and then when they get through the program? What do you see?
I think the biggest thing we see is really an increase in confidence, and that really looks like them being able to talk to adults and children, being able to say how they're feeling about different things, being confident to share ideas about things, being interested in learning things. So, being interested in what does it mean to read a book and tell a story, and be involved with lots of different ideas and materials. So I think that's really the thing we see. Children who've come who don't want to relate to an adult who are giving their teacher a hug, or who didn't know how to play with toys and just dumped out buckets, to creating these really elaborate play situations.
So when you've got kids like this who are dealing with this, you know, you've established the contact. We're talking to people, and all morning long we're saying we know it's a tough time out there, and we're asking people for a big ask this year to bring in. It's hard. It's a tough economy. Do you see more people come to your program when there's more tension in the home and that kind of a thing?
Well, it's hard to make a direct link, but I really think that we do. I mean, this year we expanded our program. We have 210 children in the program. Wow. And so we've expanded classrooms and things like that. And so I really do think it makes a difference, particularly when adults are under stress, when they're having difficulty dealing with the things that adults have to think about. It just leaves less sort of emotional and mental room and ability to provide, you know, those physical needs for children.
To Sue's question a moment ago, when that light clicks on and that child leaves and they're different, that's got to be a rewarding moment for you.
Oh, it's wonderful. June is always a very emotional time for all of us as we're having this, you know, kindergarten celebration as children are leaving the program to move forward. And some of them are still going to require some supports going into school, but just knowing that parents have a better ability to advocate for their child and understanding of where their child is at, and that the child themselves feels confident that, you know, I am a learner and I am someone who can say what I need, and I'm someone who has ideas to share, that really is going to carry them forward.
And we have to remember, you're getting these kids ready for grade 1. They're little kids, so to get them started at that early age and show them that it doesn't have to be that way, that things can be better for them and they can have a voice, and then to move them into grade 1 and beyond. What a beautiful thing.
It is lovely. I love it.
Well,
you can see your face light up for sure.
Yeah, big smile there. And this is what you're helping. One of the great charities, Evenstart. And Lea, thank you for sharing your stories with us.
Thank you so much.
Good luck with the kids. Did you hear that? 210 in this program right now. And it's giving them confidence. It's giving them the ability to play, the ability to ask for something, things we just take for granted. But there are those in the community who need it, and here's your chance to help. 403-974-8255 is the number to call with a pledge. Got Dave Popwich here. We'll read a couple of pledges in a moment. Go online and do it. CalgaryChildren'sFoundation.com as well. 717.